Hey everyone, so just I think some quick thoughts I just kind of want to say. Um, so yeah, okay, so like um, hmm, okay, because um, okay, because okay, basically I'm saying okay, so like for me, um, I'm a Christian, so um, I'm a I'm a new creation, so I'm like spiritually different than people that are, or yeah, spiritually, like my spirit, the substance of my spirit is different than people that um, don't believe in Jesus, basically. So, um, yeah, but basically, what I'm getting at is because like so I have a supernatural because I have a Holy Spirit. I have a supernatural power to change physical things. Like just then, I physically changed my brain. So because the pollution in my spirit is like causing the gray matter in my brain to keep dying. Um, so basically, I just decided like the Holy Spirit, the physical power of the Holy Spirit is going to keep the gray matter in my brain because when there's not gray matter in my brain, it's hard for me to talk because um, it's hard for me to talk because um, when the gray matter's not in my brain because it um, makes it impossible to talk basically. But um, yeah, so makes it impossible to talk. Well, not impossible to talk, but it's like it stops the flow of talking. So um, yeah, because of like lack of matter, just kind of creates a block in my speech and my like processing and mental processing, but also the ability to speak from because like when you're speaking, okay, because it's like yeah, okay, like if you're speaking, you can't speak and not think at the same time, I guess. Well, um, okay, well, actually, hold on. I'm not sure about that. Um, I mean, yeah, it's like if um, I don't know. It's like if you speak, it's almost like, well, okay, um, okay, yeah, and like the reason I'm kind of phasing out now is because like the lack of gray matter in my brain, that kind of thing, it causes like a stunning of my brain that kind of just dumbs my thinking momentarily, which is kind of annoying or yeah, it's not fun. But um, anyway, but essentially, essentially what I'm saying is that um, okay, well, yeah, because like because when the gray matter in my brain is gone, like because that physical matter is gone, then like thinking, processing, like I can still think it, but it's like it's kind of in the front part of my brain, and the back part is like dead. So it's kind of hard to like because the gray matter dies in like the back part of my brain. So it's like I can still think, but it's like it's hard to think. It's like I can still think, but it's like it can't flow as easily. Essentially, I can still think, but it can't flow as easily. Um, uh, yeah. So, yeah. Um, yeah. Um, so, so that's just kind of why I think like it's I don't know, I guess words and thinking is connected, or thinking and speaking is connected. Like, I guess um, it would be hard for me, like, it'd be hard for me to speak and not think, I guess. Um, like, just speaking without thinking. Well, okay, actually, I guess can do that. I mean, I guess stupid people can do that. They can speak without thinking, but um, I'm not sure. Um, so, anyway, but I guess just my idea. So, anyway, I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave that open. I mean, I'm not going to, because, like, I don't want to say a specific thing when, like, I'm not certain about it. I want to be certain before I make any kind of, or come to any conclusions in my mind, basically. So, I want to be certain before I come to a conclusion. So, anyway, so my initial idea was, like, you can't speak without thinking. Like, there has to be thinking in your brain coexisting with thinking, coexisting with speaking at the same time. But and, like, if not, then like, speaking won't really work. I mean, you can think without speaking, definitely, but maybe you can't speak without thinking. So that's just what I thought, but I'm not sure. So that's what I thought, but I guess, it's possible you can. Well, like, if I speak in tongues, then, well, but that's not me speaking, though. That's the Holy Spirit speaking, so that's kind of a different thing. But, yeah, but, so I guess it's possible that just just your human self, maybe you can speak without thinking. So, anyway, I don't want to deny that possibility. I'm not certain I'm not 100% certain that can't be the case. So it could be the case. So, anyway, I don't know. That's just my idea, but I may not be. That may not be invariably the case. So, anyway, I'll just leave that open. But the original point I was getting at here was basically, okay, because going back to, like, the beginning of the video, what I was saying, Holy Spirit, I can speak to things, like I can speak to things and things will change. Like, I can say something and something will change in another part of the world or something. So that's just how it works. But I guess someone who does not have the Spirit of God, someone who is not filled or, like, joined with the Holy Spirit and the Spirit, or not, someone that's not basically mixed, or someone that's not been kind of copied, or the Spirit has kind of come in and, like, mixed himself in. So someone who hasn't had that, it's like, I guess, like, okay, like, witches, like, people can say things and it will happen. Like, okay, for example, like, if someone's verbally abusing someone, then when what happens is the sound waves from their voice, like, the frequencies of a sound is kind of, it's distorted, it's not like, if I speak a kind word to someone, the sound frequencies is kind of in balance. It's like this balanced sound frequency that goes in. This balanced sound frequency that goes in and makes the person feel good if I say something nice to them. Because the sound frequency of what I'm saying is actually, like, it's physically, like, the sound is physically, because sound is physical, so the sound is physically, what is it? The sound is physically, like, kind of soothing. Like, it's a sound where the shape of it, like, kind of the way that it's shaped is in a way that when it goes in, it has a soft, kind of balanced effect on the brain. But when someone's verbally abusing you, it kind of synchronizes, and it kind of brings life to the brain, because it goes into all the parts, and it through the ear, it goes into all the parts, and it synchronizes with the parts of the brain where it's not, like, distorted. So it doesn't, like, take one part of the brain and, like, make it hurt or something, because it's like trying to pull it out of place, that kind of thing, because it's a kind word, and the kind word like physically just kind of, it's kind of like a puzzle piece or something that it like physically just kind of matches like the way the brain is structured, so it goes in and it just kind of healthily flows in where it's the actual physical shape of it is physically like tuned with yeah, the physical shape of it like physically synchronizes, and it doesn't like cause part of the brain to like go out of order, but it just kind of hits it in the right way that it makes it feel good in a positive way, basically. Where it, like the shape of it kind of, like if I take a square and I put it in a square hole, and it kind of, the shape of it goes in accurately, basically. So, yeah, so, or the shape in goes in, it kind of synchronizes, and yeah, it fits well with it, basically. And that's what a kind word does. But like someone that's verbally abusive, the sound waves are distorted, and because of that, the sound waves are distorted, and it goes into the person's brain, and it causes it to hurt the brain. And yeah, like because it's the sound waves is distorted, it doesn't fit in it, like I said before, then it will take the part of the brain and like rip it out of balance, and it will cause part of the brains to die. It will like literally, basically it literally makes the person's brain sick. Like if you're verbally abusing someone, you're physically making them sick, because your words is not just words, like it's physical. So if you're doing that, then it's physically it's physically making them sick. So if anyone watching this video thinks, well, I've been verbally abusing someone, and it's totally fine, it's like, not really, because it's actually physical, and what you say doesn't just like not affect someone, like it physically goes into them, and you are affecting them, and you are actually changing their state of being, and like by killing them, essentially. So if you verbally abuse someone, you're basically a murderer. So yeah, so if you do that, you're a murderer, and that's not okay. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, okay, but basically what I'm saying is, yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, like, for me, it's kind of like I can, because I have the power, like, I have supernatural power that I can change things. I can change my body. I can change other people's bodies. I can change things. And in the same way, someone who is not a believer, or, well, who doesn't have the Holy Spirit, but they have like a demon or demonic spirit, then they can still change someone's body, but it's like making it die instead of making it be healed or grow back or whatever. So anyway, so yeah, and I guess, so there's that aspect, like the body aspect. It's also like, I mean, okay, like I can't, like if I told this mouse to just go, well, if I just said, all right, like this computer mouse here, if I said, all right, computer mouse, without touching it, computer mouse, right now, just, leave, go and, walk over there. I mean, I don't know, I guess I could move it, like, I guess, well, okay, well, I mean, basically, yeah, I mean, it's possible, like, if I did that, God could move it. So if I did that and God wanted to, like, yeah, he could move it. Just by me speaking to it, the Holy Spirit could move the mouse. Like, that's possible. But yeah, so but anyway, but it's not, and that's a whole different thing though, because it's not just what you can do. Like, you know, like there's so many things God can do, but He doesn't do it because it's not, you know, it's not. It's basically like just, you know, like there's no point. Like I can say, okay, move that, but it's like God's like, no, you know, I mean, yes, I can do that, but you know, that's not important. So I'm not gonna do it because, you know, that's not gonna make it either. But like that's, you know, like God isn't, basically, you know, God is not my servant, you know, because if I use God as a way to just, you know, to just like manipulate everything and just like, all right, you know, I have a broken tire, just fix it, God, you know, and just kind of have this superpower to just make every make all the physical stuff in my life, then what that really is that like that means that God is my servant, and I'm just saying, God, do this, do that, and then like basically I'm exalting myself higher than God, and God becomes in the position of a servant where I'm using God as a means to further my human desires that has nothing to do with God's glory or with like Jesus' supremacy and stuff. So, so because of that, then God's not going to do that. You know, it's not that He can't; He just won't, because you know, He's not my servant. You know, I'm His servant, and because I'm His servant, then I do what He told me to do, which is to heal the sick, cast out devils, preach the gospel, but not, you know, but I'm not. It's not like I'm telling God what to do and He does it. You know, because does that make sense? Like that. That's the like He can do it. He totally can. Like I could just, if He wanted to, I could just say, you know. I mean, like it's possible. He has the physical ability. He just won't, basically. You know, because that's not, you know, that's a pointless thing. That it's like God becomes my servant, and it doesn't, you know, accomplish anything. It doesn't accomplish any goodness. You know, and if that were the case, then if God just did that, then, you know, I could cause a lot of trouble with things by, you know. So anyway. But but basically what I'm saying is like witches and things, like they can speak and they can like transmit demons to other people and stuff. So so yeah, it definitely is. Just the fact is, like, whether you're a Christian like me or you're not, like, you have the power over your own life. You have the power, and what you speak, what you say, your words will change physical reality and stuff. I mean, yeah, it changes physical reality. I mean, again, like, I mean, yeah, like if you're not I mean, well, again, I mean, I'm a believer, and God's not gonna change this. You know, God's not gonna magically, or not magically, but God, I mean, He can. So it's not magic. You know, it's just power. It's just what it is. But you know, He's not gonna move it, basically. So, you know, if you're not a believer, then you don't believe in Jesus, then, you know, if you say something to something, it's not going to move either. But so yeah, but so yeah, I mean, yeah, if you just like say it in that sense of like you're just like, okay, you just command because you're like, I have dominion, so I command this thing to move, and it's going to move. Like, it's not going to work, basically, even if you're a Christian or a non-Christian, it's really not going to work. So yeah, so yeah, but I mean, I know that, you know, so yeah, so that they can transmit evil spirits, they can kind of speak these things into effect and stuff, like demonically, and it's, so it's kind of like demonic thing, like you can hurt someone, like even with them not really agreeing with it, you can still like kind of hurt them and damage them with your words and stuff, and you can like transmit demons and stuff. But if you're an unbeliever, then you can do that. But yeah, I mean, if you're, well, and if you're watching this unbeliever, then you can do that. But but like even I could do that technically if I, yeah, I could do that too. But um, anyway, but essentially what I'm getting at is like, um, so all right. Yeah, so, but basically, yeah, so it can be like you can speak it. So yeah, there can be demonic transmission, there can be that, but and I guess you can, because there can be demons, like demons can affect physical things. So yeah, you can definitely, like, as an unbeliever, you can speak certain things. You can say like, this person or this car is going to break down, and you can actually like release, like, I guess Satanists, cultists, or something. They can like release demonic. They can release these forces to actually like physically happen. Like they can physically, like, yeah, demons can physically change things. So um, and so yeah, I guess like an evil spirit could, like, some you could release an evil spirit, and the evil spirit could like cause crops to die, or cause plants to die, or something. Um, so yeah, I think that definitely could be possible. I mean, I haven't heard specific things necessarily about that, but well, actually I have, but yeah, but well, so yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, that definitely could be possible. So anyway, so yeah, yep, that's all I have to say. So basically, I'm just saying is like, basically, just to sum it up, you can, there's different ways it can happen, but you know, we all can physically can change change reality with how we, with like, our minds are the superpower, in the sense of like what we say, it will change reality. So yeah, in whatever way. So yeah, all right.